gentlemen, welcome to the King's Head and give it up for your host, Nick Hill. I'll tell you what, this applause gets less and less apathetic. More and more apathetic, that's the word, not less, as the months go on. And I've got to be honest, looking around the room, I think it's just the demographic of what we're facing, isn't it? It's like, oh, we've really got to be asked to clap. Can I make that effort? Can I move one hand to do the other one? Is that what's going on? No, clearly not. So are we all well? Yeah. Good. So welcome to the King's Head Comedy Night. My name's Nick Hill. I'm your MC. Let's just get one thing out of the way. That doesn't stand for miniature chap. Okay. Just in case that was going through anybody's mind. If you've not been to this gig before, just a couple of house announcements. In the unlikely event of a fire, we did have 2 exits, and we've got one back up through the way you came down, and the other one is through that door over there, which is, to be honest, completely blocked by 2 tables, but that's fine. What else do I need to tell you? We've got 3 acts for you this evening, so we'll have your first act and then a break, and then your middle act and then a break, and then your headline act. Is that okay? Yeah. Fine. Good. I mean, it doesn't matter if it isn't, because that's what's going to happen, to be honest with you. And the other thing I do need to tell you is I'll put out on the table somewhere, because this gig seems to be getting sold out pretty quickly, and we would like to keep you aware of when the gig's happening. So there's a list, if you want to add your name to it, with just your email on it, and then we can email you out when the next gigs are happening. Is that all right? So if you could just sort of do that and then just pass it as the gig progresses. I think that's about it, really, unless anybody's got any questions they'd like to raise. No? So, just out of interest, because there's a few new faces who's not been to this gig before, by way of a show of hands. Okay. Yeah, this might take some time, because what we do for the new people is you just get up one by one, introduce yourself to the group, tell us a little bit about, so we might as well start for you, because you look particularly attractive. What's your name, sir?
Pete.
Your name's?
Pete.
Pete, and what do you do, Pete?
I'm a surveyor.
In surveying, that's great. And are you local?
Yes.
Probably the most succinct answer ever, isn't it, really? I've got no comedy material on that. Nothing.
Honest.
Very straight to the point. Nothing wrong with that. Did we all have a good Valentine's Day? Because we've had Valentine's Day since we did the last gig. Right, did anybody actually celebrate Valentine's Day? It was your birthday?
My birthday.
Was it? How did you celebrate Valentine's Day?
I can't remember.
You can't remember? Now, when you say you can't remember, is that to do with alcohol or just your age? Is it?
Just my age.
Just, I know that feeling. I'll tell you how I celebrated Valentine's Day, got off to a cracking start. 9 o'clock, prostate exam. That's not what you want on Valentine's Day. I went in, I was pretty optimistic, I was alright about it, to be honest. Doctor was alright, we just got chatting, and he was like, "Why are you here?" I said, "Well, I've come for a prostate exam." "Yes, I know, but why? What's prompted you?" "Well, nothing, I've just got to that age, I've never had one. And I thought, better safe than sorry." And I swear, he huffed. Right? He said, "Well, you must have had symptoms." I said, "No, I just think I need it." "Okay. Do you know what the procedure is?" And I wanted to say, "No, go on, surprise me. That would be great." I said, "Yeah, I think I've got an idea." He said, "Well, basically, I'll just clarify. I am going to insert a digit into your rectum." And I thought, that's very poetic, isn't it? That's a really nice way of describing what's going to happen. Far better than what my wife said to me before I left the house. "You do realise he's just going to shove a finger up your arse," which, I've got to be honest, I think that went some way towards why she lost her job as a receptionist at the doctor's. But we did it, and it was fine, and he said, "Yeah, everything seems fine, your prostate's squidgy." Is that a good thing? "Oh yeah, no, that's really good." He said, "'Cause you don't want it to be hard, because that's the thing. But if you want to be doubly sure, we can do a blood test to test your PSA." I said, "Okay, yeah, book me in for that." He said, "Right, I'll book you in." And it was in 2 weeks' time. He said, "Now the thing is, 24 hours beforehand, He said, you can't do any strenuous activity. He said, so no running, no cycling, no weightlifting, no sexual intercourse. And then he paused and he looked at me and winked and said, and of course, no masturbation. And I thought, are you subliminally calling me a wanker just because I haven't got any symptoms? But this is a question for all the men in the room. Do we know what day it was yesterday?
Women's Day.
Women's Day. Who said that? Well done, that. It was International Women's Day yesterday. Did we all know that? Ladies, were you aware of that? Yes. Oh, listen to that. One man knew, and every single woman in here knew. And, yeah, International Women's Day yesterday. And the theme this week, or this year, gentlemen, International Women's Day, was equity, right? And I thought, oh, if they made a mistake in that, surely they mean equality. And it was no, it's definitely equity. And if you don't know the difference, if you go onto the International Women's website, and they've obviously put that on here for stupid blokes like me to explain, it's like, well, equality would be like giving everybody a shoe, and equity would be like giving everybody a shoe that fits. Because not one person is the same. And I thought, what a fantastic way to describe it. That's really, really nice. And I'm not going to make any sexist jokes, but my stupid male brain, when I saw who was sponsoring International Women's Day this year, it was sponsored by John Deere tractors. And like straight away, I thought, why the hell are John Deere sponsoring international? Women can't be driving tractors. I thought, don't be so stupid. Women can do whatever they want to do. They're more intelligent than us, they're cleverer than us, they're more empathetic. I went on to the International Men's Day, because we've got one coming up in November, and it's quite a hard theme for this year. It's zero male suicide, which is, that's pretty harsh. And the International Women's Day website, you had absolutely loads of events going on worldwide yesterday, absolutely stacked out. There was millions of events. The International Men's website this year, they clearly haven't updated their website because it was still stuck on 2012, right? 2012. And I was thinking, that is surely, in 2012, somebody probably said to a bloke, the website needs updating. Yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. And here we are, 11 years later. But I think men generally, we're pretty stupid, aren't we, really? Would we all agree with that, gentlemen? Just bearing in mind the amount of women in the room, the answer you are looking for is, oh, absolutely. I know I am, right? I'll just give you a few examples of how stupid I am. We live near the canal, and in January the canal froze over. And I was walking the dog, and the canal was frozen over. And I saw, and I don't know how it was there, but there was a fish flapping around on the ice. I thought, oh God, that's awful. I need to do something about that. He's going to die. I thought, oh, if I get a rock and I throw it at the ice, I can make a hole in the ice, and then the fish will flat and probably fall through the hole, and he'll be safe. And I found a rock, threw it, hit the fish, killed it. Yeah. We were out for a meal yesterday, and the waitress brought the plates over. She said, oh, do be careful of the plates. They're very hot. So what do blokes do automatically? Yeah. Why do we do that? I've got to be honest, I wrote that this afternoon. I thought that would get a better response. That's not going to stay in. That can go. That can go. And ladies, do the men in your life, have we got anybody who's like keen on DIY?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Who said yes?
Yeah.
Has he got one of those utility belts? Yeah. Has he got a power drill that's battery? Yeah. Because you know what that is, don't you? Like, we don't think that's a utility belt for a power drill. To us, that's a bloody gun and holster, isn't it? To be honest, does he do that? Is that you?
Yeah, I've got one on either side.
Yes, I bet you have. Bloody showing off now, aren't you? And I defy any man in this room who's ever been to Wales and got to the Severn Bridge when they had the tolls there, and you got, what, 11, 12 toll booths, and the barrier went up, and that big wide road went into 3. Is there any man in this world who didn't pretend that was the start of a Grand Prix? Anybody? But the most stupid thing I've done this week is I've discovered I've got, well, not just this week, I've got arthritis in both hands, which is a bloody pain in the ass because I'm a drummer as well, and it's killing. And I thought, I need to strengthen my hands. So I went on Amazon and I bought these, right, these hand grips, which are great. They were $7.99 each, but you could buy 3 for $10.99. So I bought 3. See, Johnny, it did work. Thank you very much. I can't take credit for that joke, because the original joke was going to be, and I'll share this with you, this is how my stupid mind works. Yeah, I had arthritis, and I saw these, and they were $7.99 each. And I bought one, and then I thought, oh, I need one for each hand. And we were just, yeah, and that's the response Johnny had. We were just discussing it. He said, you can't say that, because that is a shit joke. So I have got to credit him with the last bit. Thank you very much. Don't clap him. So, listen, now I've whipped you up into a height of comedic frenzy. Are you ready for your first act of the evening? Yeah. I'm delighted this guy's with us tonight. I think you're going to absolutely love him. His name is Johnny Awesome, and he's going to entertain you for about 20 minutes or so. And maybe if we could start the applause down in that far corner of the room with a nice round of applause. Yeah, start the clapping, that's great. Bring it right the way through, all the way up to the end, as we welcome the very lovely Johnny Awesome.